Well, talking about storms, a very stormy day in politics yesterday, as you know. The Prime Minister stepped down. Now, all eyes are now on the man who's very likely to be Sir Keir Starmer's successor, that is Andy Burnham. Now, whilst many are looking forward to the King of the North, as he's called, taking up the role, others say he's a messiah without a mandate, with no one really knowing what he stands for. So could Burnham be the man to bring Britain back from the brink? Let's hope so, Mariella. What did you think of it all yesterday?
Oh, what did I think of it all? Well, we won't go into the resignation speech and everything because I guess, you know, there's been a big build-up to it. But I do find myself in the very uncomfortable position of actually agreeing with the front cover of the Daily Mail.
Not like you.
Messiah without a mandate. And also, even more shockingly, maybe with Nigel Farage, which has never happened before and hopefully won't again. Only insofar as I think that there is something deeply undemocratic about what's happening. Andy Burnham could be the greatest Prime Minister we've never yet had, for all I know. But, I mean, one of the reasons it's an unknown is that he hasn't had to present himself for election. You know, he wasn't involved in the last election. We don't know what his policies are. And the idea that the job of the, you know, Prime Minister in, I think, the oldest continuous democracy in the world should be just handed to someone who hasn't been elected by the people.
I mean,
the people haven't had a chance to think about his policies.
It feels like that, but, you know, he has been a very senior figure in Labour politics for 20-odd years.
But you can't be anointed.
Come from nowhere.
Our politics are about a democracy where we vote for people. I mean, I don't want an election. I don't even know if I want change, you know. I mean, I'm scared of change at this moment in kind of global turmoil. But I do think that we ought to remember how our system is supposed to work. And we're not even 2 years into this government that were voted in with a huge majority. And the idea that that Andy Burnham will come in, having not been elected, get rid of all of those ministers who have been elected, including the Chancellor, who I think has actually done a fairly decent job in the face of...
I mean, he hasn't said yet who he would have in his cabinet. And it's actually interesting talking about elections. I was looking at some old tweets and things, some old social media, and in October 2022, this is the day after Liz Truss quit as Prime Minister, Andy Burnham tweeted, #General Election Now. Also, Angela Rayner, after Rishi Sunak took over and was just, you know, anointed, she said the Tories have crowned Rishi Sunak without him saying a word about what he would do as PM. He has no mandate, no answers and no ideas. Nobody voted for this. The public deserve their say on Britain's future through a general election. Would you want a general election, Mylene? Do you think there should have been one?
I think ultimately you talk about mandates, and even when someone did have a mandate, they didn't stick to it or adhere to it. So I don't know if that's necessarily the bottom line there. I think ultimately you've got people here who are meant to be communicators. There's a lot at the moment about he can't just have it on personality, but there's lots of people out there at the moment who are making a very loud noise over the content of what they're actually being able to achieve, if anything at all. And that just comes down to the fact that you cannot ignore what's happening with social media and attracting a younger generation to the voting stations.
Do you think people vote for personalities then rather than policies?
People do business with people, and and Obama knew it. Trump knows it, and like I said, there's a lot of people on many sides across party politics who are making a lot of noise and getting the votes because people are hearing them. So if Andy, who does seem to be an extremely good communicator, can communicate and reach the people that matter, who are feeling really disillusioned...
He hasn't communicated yet.
Well, he's had a minute. He's only been there a minute.
No,
but what I'm
he's
saying
about
is he's
to get
going
the job.
you know, if nobody stands against him, he will be our Prime Minister by the 17th of July, I think, or something.
Yeah.
So, you know, 3 weeks' time, he will just become the Prime Minister.
Could he do a worse job, I suppose?
He couldn't do a worse job.
Do we know what he stands?
Do you
know anything?
I don't really know what he stands for. I know that he's very, very, very popular in the North. And I have seen him in the past where I thought, I like this guy. I just want somebody, you know, yes, it's very soon and it's embarrassing that we're now having another Prime Minister. And how many have we had?
Seven in
10 years. That's embarrassing. However, I think it's quite good that we can, if they're not doing the job, that they can be removed.
Yep.
And for me, someone coming in, I don't really care who it is. I just want someone to come in with honesty. If they're coming in and saying, listen, I'm not going to be able to fix this in the next 6 months, it might take me 3 years, then you go, OK, That's honest. But it's when they go before they're elected,
Yes, but the thing is,
and they
he's
make
going
us
to-
all believe they're going to change
But
the
he'll
world,
be-
and they don't.
But
And
he'll
then you
be-
lose faith in
Yeah,
all
but
of them.
he will be crowned. They're saying, you know, it's a contest or a crowning.
Or a coronation.
Or coronation. If he's crowned the Prime Minister, he'll be that before he tells you what he's going to do.
But also
That-
he's
I
going
think
to
that's
lose
the thing.
all his credibility, because if things don't go as people want them to, and heaven knows it's a bit like Life of Brian, isn't it? He's the Messiah, no, he's the Messiah, no, she's the Messiah, when it's exhausting. If he doesn't live up to expectation, which, you know, let's face it, it's a difficult job to live up to expectations in, everyone's going to say that he wasn't democratically elected and he won't have the power of someone who can stand up.
But if he
The one
does-
thing Keir Starmer was able to say was, I was voted in with a huge
But he
majority.
didn't then fulfil
No,
the
I
job.
agree, but
I'm
the
at a
opposite
situation at the minute where, as you've seen, I've dealt with health ministers. I'm on my third health minister now, and each of them had their role to play, from Maria Caulfield to Wes Streeting, who had
Your
obviously
role is in women's health.
with women's health, and I'm trying to push legislation through to help women and children. I dealt with Maria Caulfield. She didn't do the job. She was not fit for purpose. I dealt with Wes Streeting. We all know what happened to him. He had illusions or delusions of grandeur and didn't, again, succeed in what he should have been doing, which was looking after women and children when it comes to healthcare. I'm now down to James Murray. They're not looking after the jobs they're supposed to do, and they all had their eyes on the prize. And ultimately, the people who are suffering are us.
Yeah.
And we're the people who feel disillusioned. We don't feel that we have any change that's being made. This is who they should be answering to, and fundamentally they haven't done yet. If he
But
answers
Andy
to
Burnham
us,
won't be
but you don't
answering
know
to
that
the public
yet.
because
You don't know that
he hasn't been elected by the
He's only
public.
been in for a minute, and the people who were elected, they certainly did not answer to the public, and they
Well,
didn't serve the
Time
public.
will tell. Oh, shit, I fell off my chair. The excitement
And
of
you're
it
the one
all.
who has slept.
The excitement of it all. I'm falling off my chair.